Very good afternoon, dear friends from the Employees Provident Fund organization. In fact, why I thought that I would be speaking to all of us, because I've been associated with the Zonal Training Institute in East India, thanks to Mr. Gautam, who actually invited me for a few guest lectures. And since I think I've become quite common and almost like a person who's regularly visited your training institute, and this has, of course, also helped me to meet so many of you across East India in various capacities. And the last 2.5 months, which is almost 9 weeks that we have spent, one, of course, the lockdown. And as some of you would be aware, that Calcutta, specifically South Bengal, was also affected by the recent cyclonic formations, the Amphan and then Nisarg last evening. And we did have a lot of challenges. And in this challenge, the one interesting thing which I experienced was on May 20th when the actual storm happened. And we live on the first floor. And just outside the building gates, there were quite a few pedestrians and motorcyclists who were stranded in that wind. So we opened the gate and we allowed all of them to come in front of our gate inside our building, and they were all drenched. And obviously there must have been terrible times because trees were falling, windows were shattering all across the city in many of the buildings, and I'm sure the village areas were further affected. But what we did in our house was we made hot cups of tea for everyone who was there, and we served them the tea. And after a few hours, almost 2 hours, that they could start their journey back home, the security guards who were there in our building obviously were stuck and they could not go home that evening. And it was almost 11 o'clock when we finished cooking for them and we served them. And that's when we realized that service is joy, be it in pain or happiness. We must continuously work to serve for others. And why I was reminded to tell you this is the Provident Fund organization, the Employees Provident Fund organization, and I understand has more than 12 crore members. And you have been doing a commendable job. I mean, selflessly to do so many of these services, be it the Provident Fund itself, the pension schemes, and in some cases I understand also related to insurance. So obviously you've been doing a fantastic job and ensuring that the entire service that you're delivering at every point in time is really benefiting those who are members of your trust. But what is it that happened also? We must understand in this entire series of incidents that is happening is that we are all locked down at home. And therefore, maybe there are two aspects to it. Yes, some of us have to attend office because there are important things that we have to have access to, and therefore we also have to ensure that we are doing the job in the office itself. Apart from that, we also have to do some part of the job which is at home. So what is called as work from home. In such a situation, one realization to me when I'm talking to you over a video recording, all of us had the mobile, and I also have been having the smartphone for maybe about last 10 to 12 years. But that the video recording could be used to communicate to so many of us is also a great learning that I've had, and how to use it effectively so that one can come to that connectivity in an easy way. यानी कि सबके साथ हम कनेक्ट भी हो सकते हैं और इस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं. बट काम मैंने चेंज नहीं किया, काम वही कर रहा हूँ कि मैं सबसे बात कर रहा हूँ, सबसे अपना एक्सपीरियंस, अपना तजुर्बा जो मैं क्लासरूम में भी करता था और इस वीडियो के दौरान कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि जो जो मैं अपने छोटे प्रेजेंटेशन में या छोटा एक स्लाइड में वो भी जस्ट शेयर किया हूँ, चारों चीज़ चारों कॉर्नर से जो हम अपने को खुद को सपोर्ट कर सके और ताकि अपने यूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो पहला चीज़ जो मैंने समझा कि वी हैव टू डू व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, देयर इज़ नो डाउट अबाउट इट। दो चीज़ बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि जिस काम के लिए हम नियुक्त हुए हैं, जो चीज़ हम काबिल हैं करने के लिए, द थिंग दैट वी आर वेरी गुड एट डूइंग, the job that we have been entrusted with, we are given the responsibility, obviously we have to do that. But because we were going to office and doing it, there was a certain way of doing it. Now since we have working from home, maybe there are new ways to do the same job. Very importantly, I learned a lot of things from your organization, that you have been delivering your results, which is, I mean, I was just talking to Mr. Gautam and I realized that you actually nationwide you have been delivering over 60 lakh pensioners pensions during these months, which is a commendable job. That means you were able to recreate the way you were working, and obviously there were ways you were doing the work, and this enabled you to deliver the same result using various techniques. And I'm sure you found out a place in the house where you could sit comfortably and you could do all the job using your technological inputs that you had in your house, or you were coordinating with your colleagues in various parts to get the effective output, which is fantastic. So obviously all this is great, that you have reinvented the way you were doing the job to get the same results. That's what I wanted to mean. Another important thing, as we know that you are part of a very big trust, okay? And the word trust itself is such an important thing. Perhaps the lockdown and the various activities that we are doing is one big motivator, I must say, one big confirmation that it is trust which is going to take us forward. It is trust that our customers are connected with us. It is trust that they believe in us. It is trust that they call us and ensure that we are there to serve them. They believe that we are the people who can serve them well. And this is the trust value which is going to play a very vital role in all our lives. And it is not only about what the job that we are doing, friends. It is also our lives. It is ourselves in terms of our own self. We must trust ourselves. We must have self-trust. Meaning that we must trust that we must be able to do what we have been entrusted with. In doing that, we must ensure that we are physically fit, we are mentally fit, we are also ensuring that we are also keeping our physiological and psychological well-being. A very simple way in which I am doing it, which I have been telling not only you, but also to many students across to whom I have been talking, is self-discipline. Wake up at a time, have your own routine in relation to your physical fitness, in relation to your food habits, in relation to your psychological fitness. Whenever you have some kind of feeling that there is a feeling which is different, one is expected. And therefore, one line which was told by a very close friend of mine, it is okay to be not okay for a few minutes or for a day. Just accept it that this day will also pass. There is another day which is coming, which is going to be different and better, and the normal day. So therefore, that is the first belief that we must understand, that there might be some times, some days, which will be very challenging. But that should not stop us. That should egg us to say, okay, let it pass, let me go to the next day. That will help us to have our emotional and psychological presence to be in place in mind. The other aspect, as I spoke about, the physiological aspect, obviously is also very important, that we eat the proper things so that our body is also in shape within. The other part is our mental part. Please remember to learn whatever. It could be a hobby, it could be some kind of new game, it could be learning something, watching the television or some old movie or watching a song or learning how to cook or doing some cleaning exercises, learning how to wash vessels, I don't know what, बहुत सारे चीज़ हैं जो शायद हम ऑफिस में काम करते करते बहुत सारी चीज़ हमने मिस कर गया, या बचपन में हम कुछ करना चाहते थे, वी वांट टू डू सम थिंग्स इन आवर चाइल्डहुड, मे बी वी कैन रीस्टार्ट डूइंग इट. So it could be music, it could be dance, it could be cooking, it could be gardening, it could be making new friends. कुछ भी हो सकता है, टेक्नोलॉजी सीखिए, कुछ भी सीखिए, लेकिन थोड़ा मौज मस्ती का समय रखिए ताकि अपने ब्रेन में, आवर ब्रेन इज एक्टिव, दैट वी आर लर्निंग न्यू थिंग्स, बिकॉज लर्निंग इज एक्वायरिंग, एंड एक्वायरिंग इज ऑल दैट विल मेक अस ग्रो मेंटली. ओके. द अदर एस्पेक्ट इज वी मस्ट मेक इट अ हैबिट कि हम सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के जो नॉर्म्स हैं, वेयरिंग अ मास्क, वॉशिंग आवर हैंड्स, कीपिंग अ डिस्टेंस, इसको ना ऐसा नहीं करें कि हम जब निकलेंगे तब करें. घर में भी जो है हम खुद अपना एक ड्रिल के हिसाब से रेगुलरली अपने में करें, और अपने जो बैठते हैं खाने पीने के लिए कभी कभार अपने खुद डिसाइड कर लें, चलो 2 मिनट है कि हम हाथ धो के आएंगे. ये 5 मिनट हम टीवी जब देखने बैठेंगे सब मास्क पहन के, ताकि वो एक हैबिट बन जाए. वी बिकम हैबिचुएटेड हाउ इट फील्स टू वेयर द मास्क, और हाउ इट फील्स दैट रेगुलरली हम हाथ धोते रहें, और हाउ टू नो व्हाट इज एग्जैक्टली अ सोशल डिस्टेंस. या जब कॉफ निकलता है या कुछ भी हो, थोड़ा यू आर कॉफिंग और वीजिंग, learn how to put it on the palm or on the back of your elbow. ये सब थोड़ी प्रैक्टिस करने से when we go out in public, because we have to go out, I mean expected that very soon we'll have to attend office, maybe in a different way, but इसको थोड़ा habit में अगर डाल लेते हैं, so it will become very easy for us to follow it. The other important thing is, remember when we get back to our workplace, there is going to be workload. ये बड़ा ज़रूरी है समझने के लिए that we have been away from office for a while. So there will be things, maybe we are doing a lot of things in an emergency basis. But there will be some work for which we will have to be very well prepared. It has happened to me as well. When I went back to work, there were a lot of pending things. So what I did was, घर बैठे बैठे I knew what were the routine things that I was doing. इसीलिए it helped me that before I entered office, I had mentally prepared myself that these are things that I need to ensure that I was well prepared, so that when I go to the office, I can quickly disburse all those activities and get those jobs done, because otherwise it will become a pending issue. So it is always nice, we all know what are the work that we do, so थोड़ा अगर prepared होके जाते हैं, it will become much easier. Lastly, one other thing about this entire episode of this COVID, friends, remember, maybe many of our relatives, they are far away, they might not be able to travel, we might not be able to travel. Therefore, one relation which I would request all of us to understand is, हमारा जो neighborhood है, ensure that our relationships are all proper. My request, because they will become your immediate relatives in terms of need, we will become relatives to them in their needs. Your close friends who are close by, your colleagues, and then your relatives who are far away. So maybe finally what I wanted to share with you is, let us build a collaborative way, that not only in our workplace but also in the way that we are engaging ourselves in a lot of activities, that we can enable ourselves to become strong and ensure that we will overcome this, and we will ensure that we are smoothly running into the next phase of our lives. So thank you once again for listening to me, and more importantly, what finally I would like to share, that I could not do many activities which I usually do when I am in the classroom, but nonetheless this was a message which I wanted to share. And of course there is this small PowerPoint which I have shared with you, and that should also enable you to remember all the points that we discussed. And in any case, if you want to share more things and more experiences from your own end, I would love to listen to you, and maybe through this entire network we could reconnect ourselves, so that we can keep sharing and gaining more strength with each other, so that we can go ahead. Thank you so much, and have a lovely time, and be safe and strong. Thank you.